Imagine wrapping your hands in rough rope, dipping them in sticky tar, and then pressing broken glass into the wrapping. Now imagine punching someone with those hands. Every hit could slice open skin. This wasn't a sport. It was a way to survive on the battlefield. But in 1928, a fighter named Nai died in the ring during one of these brutal matches. His death forced an entire country to ask, could this ancient fighting art continue, or did it need to change completely? The twist? Almost everything that made the original art so effective had to be banned before it could be called safe. Today, we're exploring one of the biggest changes in fighting history. You'll learn about banned moves too dangerous to allow, techniques made to hurt opponents so badly they could never fight again. We'll see how switching from rope to padded gloves completely changed how fighters stand, move, and think. You'll hear about a legendary warrior who beat 10 opponents in a row with just his bare hands. And here's something wild. Modern Muay Thai isn't even one sport anymore. Different groups have such different rules that a champion in one style might lose badly in another. The big question, did we gain a safer sport but lose the true warrior spirit? Let's start with those rope-wrapped hands, called card chuek. In old-style Muay Boran, fighters wrapped their hands in hemp rope, the same rough material used for ship ropes. The rope was dipped in tar to make it harder, and in brutal competitions, pieces of broken glass were pushed into the wrapping. Every punch could cut skin and cause bleeding. But here's the clever part. These wrappings protected the fighter's own hands while destroying their opponent. Fighting with rope-wrapped hands created a completely different fighting stance. Muay Boran fighters used a wider, more stable stance because they weren't just thinking about punching and kicking. This wider base gave better balance for wrestling moves and defense against being taken down, super important in war. On a real battlefield, fights go to the ground all the time. That wide stance kept warriors alive. But when soft boxing gloves became required after that deadly 1928 match, everything changed. Those padded gloves removed the cutting ability and needed totally different techniques. Modern Muay Thai had to use a narrower, more mobile stance, better for speed in a boxing ring. The trade-off? This narrower stance gave up the defensive benefits that had kept Siamese warriors alive through hundreds of years of war. So what could Muay Boran fighters do that's banned today? The moves fell into two scary categories. First, tum tap, throw and crush. Meant throwing opponents so they couldn't catch their fall, then hitting them while helpless on the ground. Second, chap hack, grab and break. Focused on twisting joints and breaking arms or legs to hurt opponents so badly they couldn't fight ever again. But there's more. Headbutts and close fighting, gone. Joint locks and breaks, banned. Eye strikes and throat attacks, not allowed. Ground fighting where you keep hitting fallen opponents, prohibited. And the most brutal, coconut crushers. Straight down elbow strikes onto the head with full body weight. These weren't sporting techniques. These were battlefield survival methods improved through hundreds of years of actual war during the Ayutthaya period from 1351 to 1767. Now let me tell you about the legend who proved how effective this was. His name was Nai Khanomtom. When the Burmese invaded in 1767, he was captured and brought before King Mangra. The king wanted to see if Siamese fighting was really as good as claimed, so he forced Nai Khanomtom to fight Burmese champions. What happened next became legendary. Nai Khanomtom beat 10 opponents in a row, one after another. 10 champions, back to back. King Mangra was so impressed he said, "Every part of the Thai is blessed with venom. Even with his bare hands, he can defeat 9 or 10 opponents." The king had just watched it happen. Those rope-wrapped hands, combined with joint locks, throws, and strikes to vital points, had defeated champion after champion. But that reputation came with a cost. The 1928 death forced the Thai government to act. King Rama VII's administration passed a gloves-only law almost immediately. Boxing gloves became required in 1928 to 1929. Weight classes were created in 1928. Timed rounds replaced matches that went on until someone couldn't fight anymore. Metal groin guards were adopted from Singapore in 1929. In 1937, Thailand's education department wrote formal rules defining modern Muay Thai. The framework came from British boxing: rings, gloves, rounds, referees, borrowed from the West, but adapted to preserve Thai techniques. Here's what most people miss. It wasn't just about safety. It completely changed what fighters were trying to achieve. Muay Boran warriors worked under a simple idea: maximum damage, neutralize quickly. The art included a complete wrestling system because battlefield fights always ended up on the ground. But modern Muay Thai adopted a totally different mindset. Instead of maximum damage, fighters now focus on point scoring with smart pacing over multiple rounds. One system trained warriors to survive against multiple armed opponents. The other trains athletes to win rounds judged by officials. And modern Muay Thai doesn't even have one unified rule set. In Thailand's traditional stadiums, later rounds matter more than early ones. A fighter can lose rounds 1 to 3, but still win by dominating rounds 4 to 5. This encourages smart pacing. But the WBC system focuses on damage. One devastating kick beats 5 weak punches. Then there's IFMA, which flips everything. IFMA prioritizes volume over damage. Fighters wear protective equipment, and scoring is based on quantity of clean techniques, not effectiveness. More techniques equal more points, regardless of impact. The World Muay Thai Council awards scores for powerful, accurate hits, while emphasizing aggressive attacks and superior defense. A fighter trained for traditional Thai scoring would struggle badly under IFMA rules. Despite all these changes, one element still connects modern Muay Thai to ancient roots: the Wai Kru Ram Muay ceremony. Originally a pre-battle ritual where warriors asked for protection before possibly dying in combat, it evolved into a formal ceremony honoring teachers, parents, and ancestors. It has 2 parts: Wai Kru, paying respect to teachers, and Ram Muay, the boxing dance. The Mongkon headband is unique to Thai boxing, not worn in Cambodia or Burma. The Prajud armbands carry similar spiritual meaning. Both are blessed by monks or teachers, connecting modern practitioners to spiritual traditions of warrior ancestors. Buddhist prayers and ceremonial music using traditional instruments create an atmosphere that makes Muay Thai different from every other combat sport. But modern commercialization has started watering down these traditions. International competitions often feature shortened ceremonies with less emphasis on spiritual preparation. Traditional Muay Boran followed a teacher-student model with spiritual conditioning. Warriors trained under masters who emphasized honor, respect, loving kindness, compassion, determination, dedication, honesty, and integrity. It was never just about fighting. It was about becoming a complete person. Modern Muay Thai training uses gym-based athletic development with sports science, strength and conditioning, injury prevention, and recovery methods. High-tech equipment, including impact sensors and video analysis, allows precise technique improvement. Modern fighters are more athletic and technically refined than ever. But something philosophical has shifted. Traditional warriors developed a maximum damage, neutralize quickly mentality because battlefield survival demanded it. Modern fighters train with calculated risk-taking in supervised environments. One approach produces warriors, the other produces athletes. Here's something fascinating. Muay Boran was never one unified system. Eastern Thailand's Muay Korat emphasizes raw power, featuring the throwing buffalo punch, supposedly made to knock down a buffalo with one blow. Southern Thailand's Muay Chaya represents the opposite, a soft style emphasizing defense and technical precision. Central Thailand's Muay Lopburi stresses crafty movements with straight punches and hooks. Northern Thailand's Muay Thai Sao emphasizes speed, earning the nickname Windy Monkey for rapid evasive movements. Traditional Muay Boran even used animal-inspired techniques. Masters taught that a real expert couldn't neglect either hard or soft approaches. They were as complementary as day and night. But here's the preservation challenge. Many traditional techniques lack practical use under modern sport rules, leading to their gradual disappearance. How do you preserve techniques made for killing when modern sport prohibits them? It's an ongoing struggle between authenticity and evolution. Both are finding new relevance, though. In mixed martial arts, over 70% of MMA champions in the last decade have integrated Muay Thai techniques. For self-defense, Muay Boran's broader technical range aligns perfectly with situations where quick neutralization is paramount. So, what's the final answer? Is modern Muay Thai an evolution or watering down of the original? Probably both. The transformation represents successful adaptation to modern sporting demands. The art maintained its essential identity while adapting to changing environments. Safety regulations prevented deaths and injuries. International recognition brought Thai culture to the global stage. Athletic development created more skilled practitioners than ever. But something was lost. The complete wrestling system. The deadly techniques, the spiritual depth, the regional diversity. The philosophical approach that treated martial arts as life or death survival. The story teaches us how traditions survive in the modern world. They adapt. They evolve. They sacrifice certain elements to preserve others. Modern Muay Thai isn't less than Muay Boran. It's different, serving different purposes for different times. Warriors needed a system to survive on battlefields. Modern practitioners need a system that lets them compete safely while preserving cultural heritage. Both are valid. What do you think? Is modern Muay Thai still connected to its roots, or has it become something entirely separate? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this fascinating, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.